Voila! We are off. How dare I hear myself. That always happens. I always have the stream on in the background. And unmute the stream when I have the overlay on, so I can't fucking do anything about it. Lovely. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you. I love when you go to mute Twitch, and then you click on the thing to view the stream, and it unmutes it. That's really clever. Really clever. Anyway, we are here today for some more God of War 4, or God of Ragnarok, sorry. It feels like this is the only game I've been playing, but that's not entirely true, I guess. Like, I've been doing a lot of streams of this, which I think we're at a pretty good point. So it says on PlayStation 5 that we are 34% through the game. I think we're a bit further than that. I think we're well further than 34% through here. I could be entirely wrong in that assessment. We could in fact be only a third of the way through this game, but I don't think that's the case. I think we're getting close to halfway through this game at this point. It's worth noting I've done a buttload of the side quests. And I think I've fully explored Alfheim now, outside of a couple of small things in that area. But we'll get to that in a second. We're going to go do news. The news segment, which is basically most of pre-stream. Chat, schedule for the week has changed. I set out a community games night with Morbo on Sunday evening, and we're going to be doing that on Friday. Thus, I have to move my Friday stream because I'm not going to stream and do a community games night on the same day. I've done that before, ended up losing my voice. Not going to do that again. So yeah, that should be fun. So episode 6 will be today. Episode 7 on Thursday at 1 PM. If Pastry ends up streaming on Thursday, I'll be able to raid them. And on Saturday at 12 PM. Which I will be free for, but it means I'm going to have to move back Shinobi. Which is going to be something else I plan on recording that weekend. I don't know how long Shinobi is. I think the first Shinobi game isn't too long because it's an arcade game. But we'll see. But as the title says, I did a lot of side quests. I think I did more side quests during this small gap in time than the first time I did it. I did not realise how much there was to do, and I'm glad I actually walked like 10 meters ahead, because if I had stayed in the Frey's hideout, I wouldn't have known about the fact that I could have gone to Vanaheim with Freya and explored the river area. So, in summary, what I have done is I fully explored Vanaheim with Freya. I helped Freya break her marriage vows by destroying 2 bowls and getting her a new weapon, a new sword. I explored the second desert in Alfheim, and I obtained the second Raven chest in Niflheim. Took about 2 hours, I think, 2.5 hours. So that is now done. Donezoed. I think we're all done for side quests for a little bit, but we'll see. It was nice to have Freya around. I really like her in our party. She's got a good dynamic of Mimir and Kratos. It was nice not to have Boy around for a little bit after Ironwood. I think, like, Boy not being around for that segment, like, was what I needed after Ironwood. So thank you game, for doing that. Thank you for realising your mistakes. Not that you should have done that in the first place, but you know, it's fine. As I mentioned though, the reason why the schedule has changed is because of Community Games Night. Chat. Next Friday at 6 PM, me and Morbo are going to be doing a Community Games Night, Office Edition, as I should have called it in the stream title. We're going to be playing Dale and Dawson Stationary Supplies, and, well, either or. We're going to be playing Supermarket together. If we don't get too many people, we'll be doing Dale and Dawson. We have a bunch of people. I think it's going to depend on availability. We'll see how many people come up. If there are a lot of people, we'll do Dale and Dawson, I think, is the plan. But yeah, should be good. Last one I hosted was in February, so we're gonna get another one of those done. Bada boom, bada bing. Alongside that, more community stuff. Although this will probably be one of the last ones I do for a while because I haven't got as much time now to do this as I would want to. The second Extra Life video ended up including Helldivers, Chain Together, and Abiotic Factor. It was the next 6 hours of the XLive video. There's now 12 hours left, so we're halfway through. I'm going to not work on the next one now. That's going to be something I do after another project I got planned. And even then, I'm going to be taking a break. So, yeah. It was fun to put together. Hopefully people have seen it. It came out today at 12. You can see it on Discord. There you go. Check it out there if you want to see it. It was a lot of fun to put together. The Chain Together segment ended up being 20 minutes long. It is over half the video. I think I over-edited it, but we'll see. We'll see what people think. End of base around born. Chat. I finished these recordings. We're now done with Ramaborn. I am going to be doing the patches a lot slower. There's only 6 of them. And they're shorter than the ones in later patches, in later expansions. But the plan is to go through the Crystal Tower raids. Those will be done weekly, I think is the plan. But yes, a long MSQ. I think episode 11 is the longest episode in the series. And might be one of my longest episodes that I've done on my channel, outside of maybe Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Which was like, I think the premiere of that was like 6 hours long. But yeah, episode 11 was like 4 hours. And there was a lot of editing put into it as well. Mainly timestamps. I played a fun little puzzle game with Tom. I wanted to talk about this since I have no other time to talk about it outside of on streams. But I played Escape from Mutation Station on Tom's stream on Sunday, where I was allowed to be the guest. And I thought it was a lot of fun. It was kind of a gamble because I saw this game during EEK3 and it looked neat. It's like a escape simulator, kind of has that like kind of retro style graphics to it, like PS1 style. The puzzles ended up being really good. I liked how meta they were, like having to dig through the Steam page to find a code, or like looking at QR codes, working out like circle puzzles, directions of certain trophies, and building together a QR code from the set of achievements that you have. Great stuff. Really cool. I think they have a new game coming out as well, so that's exciting. Hopefully that's good. But speaking of games right now, I've had to do another one of these segments, even though it hasn't been too long since the last one of these. We got a couple of things coming out, chat, and things that have already come out. Saga Frontier 2, remastered, released with the Switch 1 Direct, I think. That's going to be fun. Twilight Monk is a Metroidvania. I have heard decent things about it. Lunacid Tears of the Moon. Just Kira making an entire Lunacid game in the Kingsfield engine. Fuck yeah. And finally, Evil Lurks Below, a horror game that I have heard of, might check out if it's good, if not, probably not. But we'll see. These are kind of lesser known games outside of Saga Frontier 2, which, again, I've heard mixed things about. I've heard it's good, but there's also issues with it as well. And now we're going to be moving on to something I made during this, just before doing the stream today. So, here's the thing, chat. I talk about spoilers for games a lot on streams, and I realize doing that could be discouraging to people wanting to watch, because it's like, oh god, the spoilers, I'm gonna be spoiled of this certain thing, and it's hard to know when to rejoin the stream. Hence, I have created a new overlay. If you see this around the screen, chat, I am doing spoiler talk. I will give context to what spoilers I am talking about before, and then I'll put it up after a small countdown. When you see it go away, the spoilers are finished. For example, in Final Fantasy VII, in 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1, Aerith fucking dies. Like that, for example. I'll probably make the segments longer as it goes along. Now, Maelstrom, you should have heeded the spoiler border. You can't get a court with me because I have a rule now. I have a spoiler wall. But there you go. That'll be there now. The reason why I do this is because, as I mentioned last news segment, I'm going to be starting Last of Us Part 2, and I have started it. I was playing it while the VOD were doing Super Show last night, which is why I wasn't able to talk too much, because things occurred, chat. Things occurred in this game, and we're going to be getting into spoilers. So as I mentioned before with this, when the spoiler banner goes away, I will have finished talking about spoilers. Let's talk about this, chat. So, I played The Last of Us pretty long ago, actually, and I've done a replay through of it as well. Not like a very replayable game, I will say. I don't love the stealth. I don't love the gameplay in the first one. But the story is really good. Good enough to get a TV show, which is even better in my opinion. So, I knew I would eventually play Part 2 at some point in the future. Unfortunately, it was difficult to avoid spoilers for this. I know certain things about it. I can talk about them now since we're in a spoiler segment. I know that Joel dies within the first hour. I know that people don't enjoy the revenge plotline and how it's handled, and they think it's a betrayal for the first game. Now, here's my stance on it. After playing the first 2 hours and getting to the open world segment, I don't think it was poorly handled. Personally, I think, like, they're going for a theme here with this game, which is realism. It's not your fantasy, like, RPG where there's an era of cinematic nature to it, where you build up to a satisfying character arc or moment. I think that the realism of this whole situation was really well handled. It's sad, and it's abrupt, and it feels unsatisfying, which I think is the point. We want more. We wanted to feel satisfied, but we weren't. I understand that I haven't played the full game yet. I know about certain things later on that will piss people off. Has pissed people off apparently, but we'll see. Because I'll experience it for myself, and I'll know if I enjoyed it or not. Like the gameplay a lot. The survival aspect of this, like hunting around, scavenging for loot, really cool. I like that. I like the open world segment and how you've got multiple places you can explore, little hideouts, little puzzles. You get like actual optional cutscenes that are really good. I think, like, I'm curious to see how the TV show handles this, because it is a polarizing thing, killing a main character, especially one that beloved after a 10-year like gap between the games. I'm not gonna sit here and be like that isn't the wrong opinion to have. You like that character a lot. I can understand the hate towards the game, but like, I think it's in service to the story rather than it being in service to just pissing the fans off. I don't think it was intentionally done to make the fans angry, but I understand the issue. I understand where people are coming from. I understand why they're angry. It doesn't mean that the person who killed them should have gotten death threats, though. Fuck you. You did that? No. They're just doing their job. And, like, there's a believable motivation behind it. Yeah, I know all about that. Even not playing this game, I knew all about that whole situation that I think the voice actor had to deal with, and it's fucked. It sucks. That really should just go without saying, but people are stupid. Yeah, no, people are dumb. One of my favorite arguments against Joel's death is that he didn't deserve it. He fully fucking deserved it. Like, the amount of people that he's pissed off and killed without quarter. Like, I don't really understand that argument of, well, he deserved happiness. He gunned an entire hospital down of innocent people. Reasoning we understand, sure, but he still did that. Anyway, I'm done ranting, because I wanted to talk about this point. I like the new characters. I like where the story's going. I enjoy a good revenge plotline, because it can be poorly handled, but this one's pretty good so far. We're done. We're done, chat, talking about spoilers. Right. Currently playing, as I said, Last of Us Part 2. The first Berserker is currently on hiatus, chat, because I want to play this. I would play this in the background, but I want to focus on being Last of Us before the TV show comes out, so that's going to be my main priority right now. Right. Guess the game. Oh, this is Bayonetta music. Fuck yeah. It was the best song to have while I was talking about sad things. Oh yeah, by the way, the Devil May Cry show came out, and I've already had a look at some reviews for it, and I find it very funny that people... The main complaint for the Devil May Cry show is that the characters have character arcs, and they go through growth as people, and aren't just fighting all the time. Good. I'm glad we're at a point now where people would not be satisfied unless the entire show is fighting. I mean, that's what you kind of want for Devil May Cry, but also, like, it'd get kind of boring after the first episode, I think, if it's just that. But we'll see. I'll watch it and make my judgment, and I'll be like, you were right, you were wrong. And then I'll be like, my opinion's the only one that matters. Not saying you can't make something interesting with the story. I know the fighting's important. But I would also argue that a show needs to be more than just, like, mindless fighting. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, have to do, like, a short or something. Is this metaphor? It's got the particles in the air. Yeah. You can't do that. Guess the game, because we'll immediately get it because of the particles. I would have gotten it from the second one. Maybe not the third one, though. Because you can't see the particles in the air. You can kind of see a little bit of it, I guess. If they had started this one, I wouldn't have gotten it straight away. Okay. Dragon Quest Builders. Chat, what is this game? Looks important. Knack. Ah, that's why it's shit. Oh. That makes sense. What? No, I'm not even gonna try. Right, chat. Before we get into God of War, I have another announcement to make, which is very exciting. So, sit back and enjoy the trailer for Season 2 of Persona 5 All Rose. Hold on. That's not the right intro. Hold on. I realized the text was off. Give me a sec, chat. Technical difficulties. I thought I fixed this before doing it, but I guess I didn't. Never mind. Give me like 5 seconds, chat, while I export the actual intro. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Oh shit. Am I gonna have to curate the... Oh, hold on. This might not even work. Persona 5 still crashing the stream as is tradition. It was going so fucking well. Right, I know why, because let me fix it, because I fucked it up. I fucked it, chat. I fucked it. I think... Right. Yeah. Okay, no, I've got it. I've got it here. Let's see if I've got... Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, I can grab it, chat. Give me a sec let me play some appropriate music for this while I do this. And you can't hear it because we're on the wrong screen. Excellent. Right. I'll put Rainwave on. I love when streams break. It's amazing. Perfect music, actually. Never mind. I don't care. So I'll tell you why this happened. Premiere Pro fucking sucks, chat. I use it for editing, obviously. But you can't overwrite a video source if it has been placed in Premiere Pro at all. So I'm trying to update my opening cinematic version 2, and I can't do that because it was at one point in this software. So I'm gonna have to call it version 4 and then update it. That's fine. I love like really rigid editing softwares. I don't like it when you do a very small thing and then they just get entirely fucked over because of it. I would move to a different software because Adobe sucks, but I've had this one and it's free basically, so I might as well use it. Alright, let me just check that works. Right, there we go, chat. It's tough move. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with that. Right. Version 4. Set that up. Right, chat. Wait, has that worked? Actually, I'm just going to check before doing this. Yes. Okay, enjoy the intro to Season 2. It's updated from Season 1. I made it better. Right, enjoy. That's right, chat. It's time for Persona 5 Season 2 to return. Not now, mind you. We're not doing that today. The stream title does say God of War Ragnarok, but I wanted to announce this now since I realized, oh shit, this is only a few weeks away. Uh-oh, where's time gone? Chat, Persona 5 Royal Rose will be returning next week, on the 28th of April. That is not the beginning of Golden Week. The Golden Week begins on the 29th. So we'll be coming back with a normal stream using that new intro, and then we'll be going on a Golden Week, which is going to be 5 streams. Technically 6 if we count the next Monday afterwards. But yeah. A lot of streams are going to be occurring that week. I have put myself off work for it. I have a lot of holiday days saved for that week. We're going to be doing stuff. Each stream is going to be 3 hours long. And counting the Monday additional one, that's basically going to be 6 back-to-back streams. So what? That's 18 hours of content. That's a lot of stuff, chat. A lot of stuff. Worth noting, I am not going to be doing recaps of this. That would be insane. Because recaps take about like 45 minutes to compile and edit. I can't do that. That's too much work for this week. So I'm going to be making it just straight intro, go into the episodes, and then I'll be making a very long recap at the end. Didn't do Golden Week for Persona 5, but if you get Persona 4, I guess I'll have to do Golden Week there, and then we can be in Persona 4 Golden. Exactly, yeah. I was thinking of having the main character from Persona 4 in the background, but I thought since this character who we have seen before is probably going to play a permanent role in the next part of the story, I thought I'd have her as the background for this. I know who this is, chat. I see it on the intro all the time. I know it's her. It's not a spoiler that I know that this character is coming up. But yeah, that's the plan. 6 streams. He's your Discord avatar. Oh shit. Well, there you go, chat. Right. Anyway. I'm gonna just pad a little bit longer. I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be good to come back to like kickstarting it in high gear, getting through a lot of Persona 5. We'll probably get an entire palace done. I'd hope to get a palace done during this period.